Shanti Fortunes. My name is Natalie. I am an empath, an intuitive card reader, and a visionary as well. I'm here this afternoon to do the reading for the sign of Scorpio. And this is for the weekly reading for the time period of March 27th through to April the 2nd. Just gonna close my window for privacy. You got curious neighbors, to be kind about that. Okay, so we want messages for Scorpio. Masters of the universe, masters of the world, Lord of spirit guides, please bring forth messages for Scorpio. Thank you for this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is it. Wow, that was fast. That was fast. All right, very first card. Five of Wands on your Monday. It's all about competition. Boy, oh boy, that's no way to start the week. Or is it? Ten of Pentacles for Tuesday. It's all about luck. What a great card. And, oh, are you kidding me? Not on Wednesday. Why would you pop up after two really good cards? Nine of Swords. It's all about anxiety. Somebody's doing some nail biting. Card number 4, Thursday. Six of Pentacles. It's all about generosity. Such a graceful card. Full of grace, I should say. And your Knight of Cups. It's all about proposals for Friday. And then on Saturday, we have the Ten of Swords. It's all about endings. Doesn't mean it's bad. It could be good. We'll get there. Eight of Swords about restriction. Scorpio. You know, it seems to me if cards like this are going to show up in a sign's reading, you can almost bet that 2 out of the 3 of these Swords cards would show up in a Scorpio. Oh my goodness, Scorpio. Let's just get into it here. Five of Wands, all about competition. And for those of you in the world of business, there's always going to be competition. And I'm feeling like you're trying to come up with a new game plan is what I'm hearing. Something very unique. For some of you, what you do is already unique, but for some of you that do have something that stands alone on its own that's different from everything else, you're feeling a little unsettled is what I'm hearing. You want to make it even more unique and more different to really give it that oomph factor when it comes to making sales and garnering attention. The word posturing is popping in, and what that basically means and what I'm hearing is it's like posing. You know, you see a picture of somebody and their head's tilted and they're looking up. They don't walk away looking, they don't walk around looking like that all the time. They are posing and posturing, not the real thing, putting out there what you want other people to see, what you want to be seen as or seen for. Posturing is conveying a message without doing anything, without saying anything. So when people look, boom, at the snap of a finger, they get it. And that can be all in a good way, or it can kind of be in a negative way, maybe. It's what some people do. So some of you on this week as well, your pride is going to come into the picture. There may be some debates. You may feel as if you're being tested at some point. You may even feel like, okay, that's enough. This is only Monday and I'm in overload already. The advice of this card, excuse me, is to become more of an observer at this time. Take a step back, get real quiet, okay? Excuse me. And observe for a little bit. Some of you may be taking a trip somewhere to do just that as well, to become an observer, to go to see how the competition does it, to the word being competition on the meaning of this card. You may, sometimes that's the best. Somebody can unknowingly be in the position of being a teacher for you, even though they don't know it. If you go to a symposium or you go to a trade center, and this is along the lines of what you're into and what you're doing, you want to see how the competition is doing, who the big guns are. You're feeling pretty big as far as that goes in a small pond, but you're not the biggest yet, but you're on your way there. And so you want to just stand back, be an observer. Do not attract any attention to yourself. You don't want people to know what it is that you're up to or what you're doing. And you're not stealing ideas. That's not what the card is saying. The card is saying use what everybody else is doing as a measuring stick against yourself to see how far you have to go. See what it is that they're doing, if anybody's doing anything differently, because it can spark the creative juices in your own mind, because Scorpio, you wouldn't dream of copycatting anybody. That's just not your cup of tea. But you're really interested in making everything grow right now. This is a card of competition, of tests, being overwhelmed maybe for some of you by any opposition. For some of you, that's family-related opposition within the family and feeling very overwhelmed to the point where shell shock is coming in. You were overwhelmed from an area in your family or a person in your family, and it came as a shock and it knocked the wind out of your sails, as they say. You didn't see that coming. It didn't even occur to you that this person would either speak this way with you, act this way with you, lay things on the line with you, or conceal things from you. You're overwhelmed. That's for some of you. This is a general reading. Please remember that. This card can also show that you need to be heard. There's something garbled going on with communications right now. That's what I'm hearing. That somebody is not hearing you. Somebody. I see. This is really crazy, but I put them out there now. Don't hold them back. Please comment if it applies to you. I see somebody working in an antique store, and they're upset. They're pissed right off, to be blunt about it. And there's one of those handmade scrub boards. You know, the kind with the ribbing on it? And they're square, and they're made of wood on the outside. And a washboard, scrub board. It's what they used back, 150, 200 years ago, before washing machines became at all. So they would take their clothes in a big, usually a tin tub, a metal gray tub, and have their hot water, which was probably boiled on an old stove somewhere. The water was lugged, and this tub is filled with hot water and usually lye in some form of soap shavings. And the scrub board was the agitator. Only it was your arm that was the agitator, and they would scrub. I see somebody holding in a modern day person in the now today, working in an antique store, and they're doing something with this scrub board, and they're really upset and they're really mad. I don't know who that applies to, but it applies to somebody. That's what I saw. You can let me know in the comment box. I'll fall off my chair when you do, because there's always one of you that relates and will comment and say, holy heck, I know that, I know them, that is me, whatever. So I'm waiting for it. It kind of sounds stupid to the rest of you. It doesn't mean anything, but it means something to somebody out there. This card can also regard children in your life as well. I see children here for you, Scorpio. And some of you may fight to have to be heard over your children. You know what? If mama yells a lot, after a while, kids are real adaptable. What they'll do is they just shut out mommy's tone when it's like that. And after a while, it becomes a normal part of background noise for them. They don't hear that. What they do hear and respond to is when mommy looks them dead in the eye, or does one of these and calls them by their full name. and the voice is very monotone as the parent explains why they've been called, and it's very controlled and quiet. And that'll make any child shake in their knickers because they're not used to seeing mommy like that, and this must be serious. So this is what you have to do to be heard. You have to tone it back a little bit, tone it down, get their full attention, and that means physically going over and touching the child lightly and turning them around and saying, look right here, and listen with these. I've got something to tell you. And you carry from there, but that's coming through really strong. Like, the kids aren't really out of control; they're just being kids. But you're noticing that they don't listen anymore, and if they're not listening, that means they're going to get hurt or be in danger at some point if they don't listen to the parents trying to guide and protect them. Communications are going to be busy on Monday, and don't get pulled in too many different directions. 10 minutes on that card. Oh, without the book. I hope you see this video, you twit. Somebody saying, oh, what do you pull your book out for? Anybody can read. That ain't nothing. Yeah, well, I gave her very calm and controlled response to that. I don't apologize for anything I do on here, and if I have to explain it, oh well. That was under, I think it was the Pisces video. If you want to check out what I said, go ahead. Ten of Pentacles, all about luck on Tuesday. All right, let's get into it here. Good luck is coming your way. Absolutely. On Tuesday is going to be a great day for you, Scorpio, no matter what's going on in your life. Your outside life is what I'm hearing, not at home. Outside the home. You'll be literally physically outside your home, and wonderful things are going to happen. You're going to be on your, I see a tall, slender young man. He's probably about 32 years old, and I see him walking down a city street. He's very tall and dark. He's got long dark hair, like this, the kind that you just kind of push back like mine, but it's long and it's dark. A little on the wavy side, and he's wearing a long black, it looks like a pea jacket, but it's not jacket. It's full length. It goes to down below the knees. But the style, the design, the wool, it's all the same as a pea jacket. He's wearing that in blue jeans and a brown leather shoe of some kind that ties. And he's walking down a city street, and he looks dark and mysterious. He has very strong bone structure and a lean face as well. Long, lean fingers. He's kind of on the lanky side without being considered lanky. He carries himself well with his head up. He's normally very serious and dark and mysterious, but he's got a twinkle in his eye today and a bit of a little upturn at the corners of his mouth. He's having a really good day. I don't know who you are, but you're right there. Okay, so yes, luck is coming on Tuesday. It's going to be a great day for you. All the things that have been bothering you, especially family issues, that's probably why this is a good day, because you're not at home, you're not home with the family. But these issues are going to disappear for a time being. Things are going to lighten up a little bit. You're going to be getting more support as well. This card predicts that families, within the families, for some of you Scorpios, there's going to be somebody making an engagement of love, an engagement of marriage, an announcement of we're together, we're a couple. That's going to be coming up for some of you as well. Some will hear wedding announcements and engagement announcements. Your keywords for this card are love and luck, money, generosity, family, and completeness. And that's how that guy's going to, that's what I say, he looks complete. He looks complete. Wednesday, what the heck is going on here? Nine of Swords, all about anxiety. Oh, an awful lot of stuff on your mind. This is the worry card. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull my book. Hold on. Yeah, like I said, you want to know what I said to that commenter, that viewer, you go look at it. I'm sure it's Pisces. You look in the comment section. I don't give a hoot. Let's see here. And the reason, just quickly, why I pull my book from time to time is because, like some cards, there are no words to follow. There's nothing to tell you. I've had these cards less than a year. There's 78 cards in the deck, and some cards have up to 8 to 10 different meanings on them. At any given time, you're not going to read all those meanings. It's just not going to happen. If you're having a hard time zeroing in and your intuition's not kicking in, that's what happens for me. Or if I feel there's some things being left unsaid, And God help me, it's one out of maybe, 300 flipping meanings on these cards, if not more. And whoa, I'm missing the one. I'll pull the book. And not only for that, it proves this is not all fakery. All right. If I'm reading the book, I know some of you do enjoy that part when the book comes out time to time. This is what the book means. If my intuition overrides that, it overrides that. I'm a little perturbed. I shouldn't let people get to me, but that kind of just irked me a little bit. I see some readers, they read every card is written from a book, or it's written. The meaning is written. Literally, they were made that way with the meaning, and they just read it. There's no intuition involved, and yeah, anybody can do that. Go ahead and do it. So anyway, the Nine of Swords is what I'm getting to. That is one of the worst. That, and usually the 10. The 10 of Swords. They're like the 9 of Spades, the 10 of Spades. They're not good at all. Nothing to be afraid of. Don't get worked up. It just means that there's a lot of stuff on your mind. And Scorpions can tend to go off. They've got this little dark cubby hole. And when life gets to be too much, or they feel like they're going to be too much, that they're getting upset, that things are bothering them, they don't want to offend anybody, or they feel they shouldn't be around people at the time, they have a little dark cubby hole right up in here that they go into. They don't like feeling anxious and being around people and have to act like nothing's going on and nothing's wrong. That's hard for Scorpio. They can do it, they're just not comfortable with doing it. They don't like it and they don't want to go there. Nobody does, but more so with Scorpio. The rest of us, or some of us, might try to still float through our day and act real nonchalant. Nothing's bothering me. Maybe some of us can pull that off. But the Scorpios, when things get too serious, they can't do that because they're real. And if they're in a good mood, you know it. If they're in a thoughtful mood, you know it. If they're in a caring mood, you know it. It's all right there. So the 9 Sword is the anxiety card of the tarot, of the whole tarot. All right. And it reveals that there's trouble beneath the surface, and it's often expressed through dreams and nightmares. So that could happen for some of you. What's eating you up? The card is saying, what's eating you up? What is it that's bothering you? You need it. If you don't get it out here and in your conscious day, in your conscious waking hours, it will find another way to come out. And it usually is in your dream state. That is a given, and that is a fact of life. Some of you may be anxious due to pressure and overwork, relationships, or even family issues. Or anxiety may run a pattern on you as a worrier. I don't agree completely with that, because Scorpions, yeah, they can worry. They're not worriers. People that worry are a little more, that worry too much about every little thing. There's something going wrong there. That's just not normal for somebody to be constantly worried about every little aspect of every day of their lives. And Scorpions aren't like that. I don't believe. They're okay. There's probably somewhere in the world, but overall, they're too cool to be like that. There's the thing, Scorpio, he's, like the guy. He's long, he's tall, he's dark, he's mysterious, he's cool. Scorpions are cool. Their whole attitude about everything is like that. Yeah, and some of you are losing sleep over the stress, or you're overthinking things, and you need to just pull back a little bit, step outside the situation, and look back in on it. It gives you clarity. Look for some clarity. What ties you in knots at 3 a.m. looks pretty small in the light of day. Try to keep perspective when negative thoughts are getting in the way. For those of you struggling, your keywords are panic attack, fear, guilt, insomnia, nightmare, stress, and mental overload. Your Thursday, 6 of Pentacles, it's all about generosity. All right. So your keywords are finances and gifts, balance, help, compassion, humility, and protection. Those are your key words. The advice of the card is to receive any gifts you receive with thanks. A little bit of humility never killed anybody. Somebody could be overly generous, what you would describe as overly generous. Somebody just wants to do something for you, so let them do it. It's one of those little things in the run of a day that can really lift your day. You didn't see it coming, and there's this pleasant surprise, and isn't it a wonderful thing? Somebody could bring you a token of love on Thursday as well. Oh, I see somebody getting flowers delivered. I seen someone's front door opening, and I seen somebody at work getting, these are both women, receiving flowers. Doesn't kill for women to send men flowers once in a while, but in this case, it's two women in two different places receiving flowers and being touched by love. Um, and a surge of love is felt in return for the appreciation of the flowers that have been delivered. It's beautiful. So just enjoy them and relax. Um, somebody is going to need the support of a friend or a colleague, and the support is there. You already know who to go to. Card is saying make a beeline, do it. Whatever it is you need support on. I'm not getting a real strong, I'm not getting any heat off of that or anything, but it's just something real small. And you know what? The devil's in the details. Go for the support. I don't want to downplay anything on any card, but you know, it is what it is, right? So, okay. So here's our Knight of Cups. And he looks like the type of guy that's really, really got it together. And very cool, very handsome, very suave. Yeah, he's got it all going on, but here's the problem. The guy doesn't live in the real world, all right? This is your Friday. You got to be careful for communications with this person. I see somebody walking up to some scorpions, and they're kissing ass. They're trying to build your ego up in their mind. They think you're just the greatest thing since sliced bread. For scorpions that have it on the ball, and most of them do, the red flags are going to go off and say, what does he want? I'm none of those things that he thinks I am. What's with the buttering up? So somebody's going to try to do that to you. Here's the thing. This guy's harmless, all right? He really doesn't mean any harm. He has grandiose ideas that come into his head. He's very charming and he's very likable. Do not take him seriously, and most people don't take him seriously. Usually, I'm not saying disregard this person at 100%. I'm saying about 90%. The other 10%, judge for yourself. Humor him. Listen to him. And if you think that he might have some truth behind some story that he gives you, some presentation that whatever he's offering you, tell him you'll get back to him. And check out the facts behind his story before you do anything. Before you get involved in his grand schemes, and he's got an awful lot of them. This guy's known for it. This is his character. Jumps right off, and everybody knows he's like that. And some don't have patience. When they see him coming, they're not there. By the time he reaches them, they're gone. Other people just smirk and go, oh, Lord, here we go. What's he up to today? So it's that kind of a guy on Friday to watch out for. Your next card for Saturday, oh, Lord, the Ten of Swords. Endings. And endings don't have to be anything bad. Endings can be taking place because something new needs to come in and begin. And it can't until something else ends. Financial, this is the final number of the tarot, by the way. And some of you may be involved in some degree of a certain drama in your life on Saturday. There could be stuff going on, and you're getting pulled into it. Somebody may be shocked on Saturday to hear something. I'm hearing validation. I did the word come right behind it. Validation. Shock and validation. No, I'm not seeing anything else with it. That's all I'm getting with that. You're going to realize that whatever this is, it is what it is. That's what's coming to mind for you. Well, I can't do anything about this. I can't even, excuse me, go in and change anything. This is a done deal. And I'm just finding out about this now. How did this happen? How was I not informed? I'm shocked. And there's nothing I can do about it. That's going to be your feeling over whatever this news is that comes your way. One thing about this card, when it shows up, it brings the truth to light. Some of you are going to be experiencing that. It'll bring the truth to light. It shows you any shadows, anything that was buried, it's all been released and washed away. Now the truth is rising to the surface. Some of you on this Saturday are deciding, and you've been thinking about this for a little while now, some of you longer, whether to stay or go in your relationships, in your jobs, in a friendship. Do I stay or do I go? And if there's a reason you're feeling this way over some area of your life with some person or people, if you feel you need to even find yourself brought into that moment, do I stay or go, that shows that there's something wrong that needs to be examined. That, there's something important here. You need to ask yourself, well, if I'm thinking this way, then something's off, something's wrong. So you need to examine that. The card is also saying, take care of what you could consciously take care of. Focus on your present rather than dwelling on the past. That's for some of you as well. Your keywords are completion, release, drama, transformation, victimhood, truth, and the final word, shock. Your last card on Sunday is the Eight of Swords. It's all about restrictions. Well, Lord knows we all have restrictions in our lives every day. So when this card shows up, somebody's car is broken down, their vehicle's broke down on Sunday, and there's nothing open, and you can't fix it yourself. You had a whole day planned out somewhere, starting a trip for some, driving, and now you find yourself stranded at home. That's just a little thing that came forward. So for everybody else, this card reflects work and relationships and projects. Have relationships on lockdown for some. One is not free to commit, and it could be that broken down vehicle. Somebody cannot get away. They had planned to get away, and they cannot meet up with the other person. It's just impossible. They've been bound by way too much responsibility for some of you as well. The advice is to get practical, get real, get control of your own life in every other area of your life. You can't do anything. We're past the broken card. Get your mind out of there. We're somewhere else now, because this is a general reading, so we're getting general meanings that can mean a lot of things to a lot of different people. The message of don't give a darn what other people think, Scorpio. Go your own. Go to the beat of your own drum. Go against the grain in the pattern if you have to. Just be yourself. I see people turning away real quickly from you because they're getting that. Somebody suggesting that you do something a certain way and you just keep on doing what you're doing. You go, yep. And then they know in that, yep, that you're going to keep doing what you want to do. So, and that's a good way to be. It's always good to leave yourself open, but if you know the best is being done on what it is you're doing, why try to fix something that's not broken? That's your attitude. Let's see. Free yourself as well by being less tolerant of others. This goes for everybody. Less tolerant. It frees you up. People have to learn to respect each other. And now that's going to be your thoughts on this Sunday. You're doing some introspection, some deep thinking about the way the world is and the way human nature is these days. And we need, and you're realizing that, why can't we just respect each other just a tiny bit more and respect our differences? Nobody says you have to like anything or accept anything, but have respect, damn it. So what? So what? If somebody really likes spending a lot of time on the internet, so what? They're not hurting anybody. They're not out killing anybody. They're not causing a ruckus and making people miserable. Some people like to walk a lot. So what? They're walking. Some people need to spend all their time in nature. And some people in the family, the closest people, won't like that. Tough if you don't like that. We need to respect each other. It's just the way it works. Much happier world if we all did that, I think. Your keywords for this card, your final card in this reading, are separation, fear, burdens, a lack of vision for some, being stuck, responsibility, and change. So, there's no need for the fear. I'm getting fear coming up a lot in the readings. It's just popping up through all of them. There's no need of it. There's no need of fear. That's when you find out what kind of stuff you're really made of, when you face your fear and you work your way through it. You don't let it hold you back. You can say, yes, I'm scared and I'm really afraid about this. And I'll be the first to admit it. I'm afraid. But I'm not going to let it stop me. By geez, I won't let it stop me. Great reading, Scorpio. All right, thank you very much for being here to view the video. I appreciate your presence here. Thank you so much. A big thank you goes out to current subscribers. They are the foundation and the seabed floor that holds the waters of this Bay of Fundy, the mightiest and highest tides on the whole planet, people. And if it wasn't for them, there'd be nothing here but a big old bunch of fish out of water flapping around in an old mud hole. It's all a metaphor. I just want to say I appreciate all of you very, very, very much. I thank you all for your likes and your sharing of the videos as well, and your thumbs up and your thumbs down, and some dumb comments. They're appreciated as well. And I still love everybody overall, I guess is what I'm saying. None of us are perfect. So anyways, I'm going to stop for now and get this uploaded for you guys before Monday rolls around here. And I'd like to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. If you're looking for a private reading for me, all the information is down below in the description in the more area. Use my personal email that's there as well, and ship me off an email, and we'll take it from there. And for those new to YouTube and to the channel, the subscribe button beneath this video window. If you click it, you'll be notified anytime I paste any new videos. You can find me on Twitter, on Blogspot, on Google, and on Facebook under Bay of Fundy Fortunes. Please come and join our group. You are all welcome to come in. We have a good time there. So from now, from my heart to yours, I'll see you guys back, hopefully, for April's monthly reading, which is coming up pretty quick, and I can't wait to see it. So until then, if any of you are looking for me, you know you can find me either right here or right down there, walking along the water's edge along the Bay of Fundy, waiting on the next high tide. Thank you very much, and goodbye.